I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. Which ones will go down with Jarvis? Or will it be all of them? Let me get this copyright disclaimer out the way, y'all. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. What that means is that everything that you hear in this demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Appreciate the gifted membership, Ms. Parker. Appreciate the super sticker, Ms. Parker. Appreciate those super stickers. Salute to the replay gang. Salute to the chat. Salute to all my moderators. Now, we're going to be chopping it up about the Naziah Harris case. We're going to start off with Vari. We're going to start off with Vari. How do y'all feel about Vari? How do y'all feel about Naziah's brother? And then we're going to travel. We're going to travel to those that is involved. And we're going to see what possible charges they can face. C1, child endangerment, neglect. C2, obstruction of justice. C3, failure to report missing child. C4, accessory to crime. C5, conspiracy. C6, manslaughter or negligent homicide. C7, perjury. C8, abuse of a corpse. These are charges that they can face. Salute, Petty Queen. I see you. Those are charges. Those are some of the charges. Because we all know Annette and Shannon, they both knew Jarvis Butts was assaulting Naziah and did nothing. They lied under oath. They lied about spotting her 2 to 3 weeks after she had gone missing. Lied saying she didn't have multiple phones. Lied saying Jarvis wasn't allowed in the house. Lied about what clothes she was wearing once she was missing. Waited 24 hours to report her missing, not to the Detroit police, but to the school's security. So we're going to be chopping it up about Annette, Shannon, King, as well as Marquita. Salute to the chat, Marty, Petty Queen, Miss Parker. But let's tap into Vari. Let's tap into Naziah's brother. And y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all think he was sincere? Because it's your little sister. You know, it's your little sister. And usually brothers are going to play big brother to their little sisters, regardless of what. Now, before Naziah went missing, he knew about, and he claims that he didn't. He claims that he didn't. But let's chop it up. Let's see what we can find about Vari. Let me tell y'all tell me what y'all think about Vari.
You know, depression and stuff, you know, she's stressed. She feel like it's her fault, you know.
She should have told.
Yeah, she feel like she should have told, and you know, she's trying to kill herself, all types of stuff. So that's why her dad got her in therapy and stuff now. So he doing good with her with that and stuff like that. So appreciate him with that for doing that for her. But
now, have you been to any of the court dates?
No, but when this next trial come, I will be there. It's just I couldn't, you know, I couldn't do it. It was too much at the time.
Let's stop right there. And I always got to remember that everybody is not like Shank Rock. Appreciate the super sticker, Marty. Appreciate that super sticker, Marty. Everybody is not like Shank Rock. You know, for me, I'm going to be at every court appearance. He says he couldn't take it. He couldn't take the first court appearance. That's why he didn't show up. This your little sister now. This your little sister. How do y'all feel? How do y'all feel?
Yeah, because a lot of people lose it in the courtroom. I did see her father saying he almost jumped over, did this, he had to be kicked out, thrown out.
Yeah, so but I feel like I do need to, you know, show up to one of the court dates, you know, for not just to show up for, you know, for my sister, you know.
You need to be at all the court hearings. You know, you need to be at all the court hearings. And y'all hear me say it all the time. As peaceful and humble as I am, it's some situations when I'm going to be there present, and there's some situations wherever happens, it happens. And in this situation, I'm there. Whatever happens, going to happen. But it's nowhere in the world that I'm not going to be in attendance of my little sister's hearings, and especially with everything that then happened to this little girl. What's really good with this family? What was their relationships with Naziah? What was their relationship with Naziah? Because it just seemed like to me, they just pushed her on the back burner while she was alive. They pushed her on the back burner in her disappearance, possible death. It's just like, oh, well, I ain't want to go because this, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. If you got love for your peoples, you're going to be there. You're going to be there. If you got love for your peoples, you're going to be at their court appearance. You're going to be at their court hearings, especially your little sister.
It's not really about me. This about getting justice for my sister, you know. I ain't worried about the money, the fame, none of it. You feel me? I just want to know what my little sister had. Just want to have a proper burial, you know.
Right.
Good memorial, and just, you know, forever, you know.
And let me just say this, because he came in contact with Jarvis. He came in contact, I believe, and I'm gonna have to go back to that video. I'll get that video, but he came in contact with Jarvis one time when Naziah was in the car with Jarvis. And he told Naziah, what you doing? He told Naziah, get out the car. And then he went around to the other side and he approached Jarvis. Jarvis gets out the car, and him and Jarvis, you know, they squaring up. They squaring up. So I mean, look, y'all, it is what it is, you know, and I cover enough of these cases and I see, you know, appreciate that super sticker I see through you. Appreciate the super sticker I see through you. See, for me, and I can speak on it because I'm a man, this is when, and this is why I keep saying, ladies, y'all stay down. Men, we got to step up. We got to be men. We don't got to be real men. We don't got to be better men. We just got to be men. And we got to be there in these kind of situations. We got to be there for our family. I ain't buying this. I ain't buying this. He approached Jarvis before when he told Naziah to get up out that car. And then he went around to Jarvis's side of the car, and Jarvis got outside of the car and they squared up. Man, you belong at all hearings concerning your little sister.
Have her name, forever live her name on, you know? Because she was an innocent little girl, you know, she was groomed into something that she wasn't, you know?
Yeah.
Stop right there. You know, you knew that your sister was groomed. You knew that your sister was groomed.
It looks as that, because I saw many pictures prior to this molestation when she was younger. And you could just see, I seen pictures of you and her. You could just see the light, just happy, just joyful.
It was happy.
And then after that, it looks like it was more vulgar songs, you know, more like singing more. I think it was when she said she was going to be a wife and going to have babies and all of this. So I
seen the video.
So now looking back, it looked like, who were you singing to? Who were you talking about?
Relating on, y'all kind of look back at that too.
And then you look at this grown monster man that came into a family and seen there was a lot of kids there.
It's crazy.
And did that. And I also read where now are your cousins Shannon children still in her custody, because they said CPS came and removed them?
I think the kids are still in their care right now.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't buying it, y'all. Appreciate those gifted memberships, Miss Parker. Appreciate those gifted memberships, Miss Parker. Let me grab something else from him, y'all.
So I mean, what was her reaction with that? Like as far as what you
we was finna get in fight and stuff. Like,
all right, listen to him, y'all.
Because he came to see his kids, and he was in the driveway, and I'm next door at my man's house. I come outside, my little sister in the passenger seat inside his car, and his daughter in the back, which is Janaya, my little cousin, which is Shannon's daughter. I look in the passenger seat, and I tell, I'm getting mad. I'm like, I'm at this point, I'm cussing at my little sister. You feel me? Even though I ain't mean to, but I'm being a big brother. Like,
right. And this is the altercation. This is the situation that I had spoke on. Salute to the chat. Salute Deborah. Salute to the chat. Salute Londa. Salute y'all. Salute Chen, Petty Queen, Tonette. The chat jumping, y'all. The chat jumping. Appreciate those super stickers and gifted memberships. Salute Kenya. Salute everybody down there in the chat. I'll get down there, Yolanda. Salute Positive Vibes. Throw them hot dogs up. So now this is altercation now. Now let's just listen. Now this is her brother.
And because he came to see his kids, and he was in the driveway, and I'm next door at my man's house. I come outside, my little sister in the passenger seat inside his car, and his daughter in the back, which is Janaya, my little cousin, which is Shannon's daughter. I look in the passenger seat, and I tell, I'm getting mad. I'm like, I'm at this point, I'm cussing at my little sister. You feel me? Even though I ain't mean to, but I'm being a big brother. Like, right. What you doing inside a grown man face? Get out the car, go in the house. That's what I said. Get out the car, go in the house. Walked around to his car. Roll your window down, bro. He didn't want to roll his window down. He stepped out his car, opened the door. He was like, what's happening, little nigga? I got triggered because I'm like, hold on, bro.
Right.
But I'm trying to talk to you. You feel me? You instantly triggering. You don't know what I'm talking to you about. It could be about anything.
Right. So I mean, what was her reaction with that? Like as far as what you
we was trying to get in fight and stuff. Like we was trying to get into it. Like when he came out the car and stuff, and he got rowdy and stuff. We got the squaring up and stuff. But
you and this grown man.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Big bro mode.
It was crazy.
How is it that this family of Naziah Harris didn't stop this? They all knew, her brother, the aunts, the grandmother. They knew his get down. Which ones will go down with Jarvis? Which ones will go down with Jarvis? Annette and Shannon, they both knew Jarvis was assaulting Naziah and did nothing. They lied under oath. Lied about what clothes she was wearing once she was missing. Waited 24 hours to report her missing. And instead of reporting it to the Detroit Police Department, she reported it to the school. Now, as I said, here are a list of some charges. I'm not going to read all 8 again. But these are possible charges they can face. Child endangerment, neglect, obstruction of justice. So do y'all see when this all plays out? Do y'all see? I think they all. In my honest opinion, I think that King, Miss Annette, Shannon, and believe it or not, I think that Marquita is going to go down because, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, Marquita knew just as well as the rest of them. So I believe that Marquita is going to go down too. It just, every time I'm about to cover this story, every time I'm about to click up a live to do this story, I'll be like, do I really want to do this? Because I just usually in cases like this, usually it'll be a Jarvis Butts would have kidnapped Naziah, or maybe did it one time, and then he got caught, and the family of Naziah beat the brakes off of Jarvis. Normally, that's how this thing works. But in this case, this went on for years. Now you got another man. You got King. Now I get it about the little brother. I get it about Vari. You got to keep in mind, he a little boy compared to Jarvis. So I can get him, like maybe a little hesitant, but he did tell her get out the car. And he did go around on Jarvis's side and approach Jarvis. So I can respect that. But for King, y'all, like you can sit and look at King and King played a part in it. Hurricane says, Shank, what are your hesitations about doing this story? It can get draining. It can drain me. Gina says, that family makes the devil look like a kitty cat. Yeah, because they knew, they condoned it, they participated in it. And Antonio says, Shank Rock, I don't agree with you with Vari because we have to remember he was a minor. He probably got a feeling, but not confirmed. And that's why backtracked and I said, well, but at least for Vari, he did tell Nazai to get out the car, and he did go on the other side where Jarvis was at, and he did approach Jarvis. So I did, you know, backtrack and be like, okay, I can understand, because that's a little kid, you know, up against a grown man. So I feel you, Antonio. Appreciate the super sticker, Porsche. Appreciate that super sticker. Appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. And if y'all would like to send a cash donation, my cash app is $ERICMCINT. I appreciate all of y'all for supporting the channel financially. Appreciate that. Let me find something, y'all, cause I'm for me, we know Miss Annette and Shannon, we know they downright and dirty. We already know that. But we dealing with King, we dealing with Jarvis's sister, and we dealing with Marquita. They there. They in the background, but they there. King is definitely there. Now, when it comes to Jarvis's sister, and when it comes to Marquita, what role does they play? Do y'all really believe Jarvis's sister did not know who Naziah was? Is it anybody that agrees with Jarvis's sister that she did not know who Naziah was when Naziah was in and out of Jarvis's truck? Appreciate the super sticker, Miss Parker. Because I just don't believe Jarvis's sister when she say she didn't know who that girl was. She had to ask Jarvis who that girl was. And when Jarvis told her, oh, that's King's sister. I mean, that's King's niece. Well, why didn't Jarvis' sister question that? Appreciate that cash donation, Deborah. Appreciate that cash donation, Deborah. Why didn't she question that? Right? See, for me, especially when it comes to these cases, I don't got time to play. I ain't giving nobody the benefit of the doubt when it comes to these cases. I ain't giving nobody the benefit of the doubt. I'd rather point my finger at them and say that they are wrong and they should be held accountable. And then when it play out, I'm wrong, because I could come back. I could come back and say, my bad. Then to give them the benefit of the doubt, and in return, they was just as guilty as Jarvis was. You can't convince me. Jarvis' sister went up to the shop to get her vehicle fixed, right? Whose shop was it? It was her brother's shop, Jarvis and his partner King, right? She goes up to the shop to get her vehicle fixed by either or whomever, Jarvis or King. Because some people say, but Shank, she ain't really fool with Jarvis like that. She ain't really get down with Jarvis like that. Now, she might not been on a calling him everyday situation. She might not been on a hanging out with him. But as far as knowing what's going on, Jarvis's sister knew. Jarvis's sister knew who Naziah was. And I spoke on this a couple demonstrations ago. All women got women's intuition. And I broke it down. Women's tuition is what? Jarvis's sister, her women's intuition was what? Who is this little girl in and out of my brother's truck? All right. This is a woman's intuition. Y'all spot things. Y'all know how y'all spot things. Then y'all antennas go up. She spotted this little girl in and out of Jarvis's truck. Her antennas went up when she seen that the little girl was in and out multiple times. That's what sent her antennas up. If her antennas didn't go up, she wouldn't have never asked Jarvis who the little girl was. And all women, especially a black man, especially when a black man gives them the answer to their question, a black woman is not going to believe that black man. Yes or no? Yes or no? Ain't no black woman, once them antennas go up, ain't no black woman going to believe the first thing that a ninja says to her. What was the first thing he said to her, according to her? That's King's niece. So you mean to tell me his sister going to stop at that? Y'all mean to tell me his sister wasn't going to ask Jarvis, well, what is King's niece doing in and out of your truck? Salute, Kenyatta. Salute. I see through you. Salute, y'all. I see everybody down there. So why did she go numbed? She asked who the little girl was. Every woman's intuition, after y'all ask that first question, who is this little girl? And when your brother tells you a known serial R word tells you that's King's niece, y'all gonna want to know, well, what in the hell King's niece doing getting in and out of your sorry ass truck? The next step is going to be, well, Jarvis, what is King's niece doing getting in and out of your truck? I seen her. You can't get around that. And y'all might throw some tacos up here at me. Y'all might, you know what I'm saying, come for me. But I got to say this. Why do a woman's intuition matters in certain cases? When I backtracked Jarvis's sister testimony, I said, wait a minute. Because y'all know you can hear something, but you can miss a lot of things when you hear it. So when I backtracked it, and I'm going to come down to the chat, throw some super chats up, y'all. Purchase some super chats. I'm going to come down there. But you can't convince me. You can't convince me that Jarvis's sister did not know who Naziah Harris was. You can't convince me that if she didn't know and she asked Jarvis, who's that little girl, when Jarvis told her that's King's niece, you can't convince me that she didn't ask Jarvis, well, what's she doing in and out of your truck? And also, didn't she, I'm going to say follow, or wasn't she behind Naziah when Naziah and them was walking to the gas station or walking to the store? Wasn't she in the store with Naziah? Now, you mean to tell me she ain't open up her mouth to Naziah, to question Naziah? In my opinion, Jarvis's sister is full of shit. Now we're going to come down to King. We're going to come down to King. Remember, we're dealing with Jarvis's sister. We're dealing with King. We're dealing with Marquita. I mean, we could deal with Shannon and Miss Annette, but we all know they full of shit. We all know they some sorry pieces of you know what. Appreciate the gifted membership, Miss Parker. Appreciate the gifted membership. See, because nobody put their foot down nobody put their foot down in this case. Everybody seemed like they wanted to turn a blind eye. All of them. They all turned the blind eye on this little girl. That's why what happened to her happened to her. They turned the blind eye. Now we want to know, we know why Shannon turned the blind eye. We know Shannon was jealous of Naziah. We know Miss Annette didn't give a damn. Miss Annette was only in it for the money. Y'all can get mad at me all y'all want to. Take it or leave it. Because I ain't got time to play with them. Y'all can play with them. Y'all can continue to play with them. But I don't got time to play with them. For the simple fact of what happened to Naziah Harris. So Miss Annette was in it for the money. Shannon was jealous of Naziah. King allegedly was having sexual relations with Naziah. Because if he wasn't having sexual relations with Naziah, he was trying. Because King was supposed to have shut it down immediately. King wasn't supposed to never been in business with Jarvis in the first place. You can't show me, especially a ninja that been to prison. You can't show me a ninja because we all black men that been to prison stick by the code, or they know what they not supposed to entertain, and they know what they can't entertain. I know as a man, I know, and even if I didn't go to prison, I would know who to entertain and who not to entertain. But King been in and out of the joint, so King knows. He knows. Dealing with Jarvis, he knows. He's putting his own self in danger. He putting his own self in harm's way. Yo, you dealing with a sex offender? That's the first thing anybody gonna say to you. Yo, King, you dealing with a sex offender? And I'm gonna be honest. The only people that deal with sex offenders is other sex offenders when it come to black men, when it come to white men, when it come to men all the way across the board. Ain't no man going to deal with a known sex offender unless he's a sex offender himself, because he can't deal with general population. So King, we got King sitting up here, I believe. Maybe. Now, King has a problem when his 20 or 21-year-old sister get hit on. He got a problem with that, right? But he don't got no problem with this little girl. He know Jarvis is get down. Appreciate the super chat, Chin. Chin says, when it was mentioned, Naziah was pregnant several times. How do we know that? Will they bring out the medical records in trial? I wonder. They're definitely going to bring out those medical records. They're going to definitely bring out her medical records. And see, as of right now, we really don't know. We really don't know all of the evidence that the state has. We don't know. We don't know if the state has DNA. We don't know. But I do know that her medical records will definitely be in the trial. They're going to go to the medical records. I firmly believe that King is going to be charged. He's going to be charged with something. Now, many of y'all have said, Shank, favor for favor with Jarvis and King. Many of y'all believe that King is the one that disposed many of y'all believe that King is the one that got rid of Nazaya's body. Many of y'all believe that it was Shannon that put hands on Nazaya out of jealousy. Many of y'all believe that. And Jarvis already in the wrong. His hands was tied. He couldn't tell. He couldn't say nothing. And besides, even though Jarvis ain't the one that took her life, Jarvis knows she's pregnant by me. So even though I ain't the one that took her life, I'm glad that Shannon took her life. This is what has been told to me. This is what has been told to me. So Jarvis recruits King. Appreciate that super chat, Marty. Salute Blended Healing. Salute Blended Healing. Marty says, we don't know if her pregnancy was documented. True to that. So we don't know. We don't know. Give me a second, y'all. I got some notifications, and please, y'all, please. I know that y'all want to get things to me, but please, please don't send me nothing while I'm up here. Because once again, it's disturbing me and it's going to take me away from my demonstration. So please don't DM me nothing. You know, just wait until the demonstration is over. Okay, just wait until the demonstration is over with. And then I'll get to it, and I can probably get it on another demonstration. And I know y'all are trying to help and everything, but I can't get distracted. Because if too much is coming at me at one time, then I'm going to be running all over the place. I just removed a post that claimed Cordell King Wright is in jail for homicide. This is not true. I believe this is King's record. All right, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Let me drop the link. Because I can't focus on all of this at one time. Let me drop the link. Somebody want to hit the panel with me? Hit the panel. Let me check on. Let me go to a commercial break, y'all. Let me go to a commercial break. I got a lot going on up here. Let me go to a commercial break. And make sure everybody support Reggie Wright Jr. Make sure everybody support Reggie Wright Jr.'s new book on Amazon, Confessions of a Label Boss. Reggie Wright Jr. has been implicated in the death of Tupac Shakur. Suspect Keefe D has came out and said that y'all need to be looking at Reggie Wright Jr. He's the one that's behind Tupac's death. Now, I interviewed Reggie Wright yesterday, and here's what Reggie Wright has to say. Why do you think Keefe D is trying to throw you under the bus by implicating you being in the Tupac's murder?
Well, to be honest, I think it's all the conspirators out there, or the conspiracy channels that's out there that's feeding his head. I saw that his son been dealing with this white guy. I want to call him assaulting, like I want to say, but this guy They got a carpet, a wig on his hair. I call him Uncle Fester. He got a channel, and they've been pushing that theory and snitch no joke and all of them. They be pushing no theory. So when you start listening to all of them, and the PI that the court appointed them came out with this theory with it being on the case for 3 or 4 days. And then they were like, oh, it was Reggie Wright Jr. We got, but as the DA and everybody told me, say, Reggie, that's just a delayed tactic. They trying to delay the.
Make sure everybody check out Reggie's latest book. It's on Amazon. Salute, Miss Parker.
Salute to the Rock Squad and salute to my riders. Salute. First off, y'all make sure y'all hit those links for me. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to Blended Healing, Juanita, and also check out Switching Lanes episode 1, and there's others to go. But I just sent you King's stuff on Messenger. But first off, let's start here, Shank, with because I want to kind of go back to what you said when you first started. Like, King, absolutely, him and Jar. This is why I say about the city of Detroit, where it's not a dig. It's not a dig at the city of Detroit, but it was all kind of flaws in this whole Naziah Harris case. We got felons working with felons. We got jail calls talked about. I'm gonna go get the strap and ready to tamper with physical evidence. I mean, it's just right there. I don't really need I need to hurry, but because it's some stuff that we always miss. But I'm just saying, like, I never knew, but all states are different. But I know, and I stand on this, ain't no real father, not man, father. Not only was he a man, he's a father accepting this kind of behavior around him, and you're on parole too, and you're not participating. Man, say absolutely was participating. And the fact that when y'all say, he said, thank you, Miss Parker, you tried what I try to do. When damn, I just lost my train of thought. Okay, so I'm saying about the oh yeah. Let's start right here too, Shane. The fact that when Jarvis said, yeah, I couldn't give them all money, they had to work for the money. It's X trafficking. They paying them for services of SCX. So what are we talking about? That's what I'm saying. It's bigger than I think. You know what I'm saying? I've really been keep looking at my notes. I really keep going back to preliminaries. I keep listening to Jarvis. I keep listening to Jarvis on in the interrogation room, and I hear him, yeah, they had to work for the money. And we know what kind of work they was doing. So you mean to tell me, y'all, I keep saying this, that every time Jarvis disappeared with them kids, not one time did King say, because y'all remember, why was Naziah a distraction? If they cleaning up the shop and being cleaning up the shop, he said it himself. She was gonna be a distraction. How are they a distraction when y'all claim they be cleaning up the shop? You got him right there. Yeah, Naziah was gonna be a distraction. Because King knew that Naziah was his woman. King knew what they had going on. What they had going on. That's why he said she was a distraction. You go to work where your man is, and guess what they gonna say? Man, she gotta go. She's a distraction. Y'all get what I'm saying? She's a distraction. I'm stopping him from doing his work. But how am I stopping him from doing his work when y'all said she's up there doing work by cleaning up the shop? Y'all paid them babies. Y'all paid them babies to SA them. And Shank, I'm telling you right now, don't think for a second that King did not participate. We got 40 new witnesses. 40. Go back and listen to King's preliminary, and he said, yeah, I asked him, was he going to take her home? Because she was going to be a distraction. Why that night? Y'all ain't never want to send her home any other night. Y'all ain't want to send a 7-year-old girl home 3 occasions. What we talking about, Shank? Let's talk about it. Like, if we're going to talk about it, let's really talk about what is being said from them. What is being said at the preliminary? What did the 9-year-old say? 3 separate occasions. And she said on the 3rd occasion, she made him take her home, where he offered her, where he presented her with doing something nasty with his ass. So what we talking about now? It's all of a sudden on January the 9th, she's a distraction. I listen to understand, Shane. I really do. Yeah, right, Duet. What if the kids, but they didn't ever think about, come on, Shane, kids in any, that's like, even with, if you worked in a laundry room, even if you worked in dietary, you cannot take your kids. It's always a liability. It's always a liability. And I bet you, even when they go down, I know for a fact they ain't have no insurance. They ain't have none of that. They couldn't have, because they had too much going on in there. You wait, no be Shay?
No, yeah, go ahead. I was just setting up. Go ahead. You
Okay.
good?
So, and this is another thing to look at. King and Jarvis, all of a sudden, they been at Frank's, right? Now they want their own spot. Frank let them least knowing what they was doing in that first shop, because the little girl said, the 9-year-old said that they was at the old shop when these other nasty things was taking place. Frank, come here. I need Frank, come here. I got questions for you, Frank. So you knew as an owner, you knew you let the monsters lease that building so they can finish doing what they was doing. Cause ain't no telling who else was in that first shop was questioning them about certain things that was going on. And you didn't want to get in trouble. So you let the monsters go on their own over there. Yeah. Cause see, I've been in contact all day with a girl from Michigan, and the pictures, baby, the videos, Shane, the videos. Oh, baby. Shane, when I say it's going down, it's going down. Come October or whenever that trial start, and remember they said it's only gonna be 4 weeks. 4 weeks seem like a long time, but y'all, it really ain't. Cause think about it. Look how long Young Thug's trial is. So they got some concrete stuff. On that, we do got to be patient, but it still ain't nothing wrong with putting the pieces together. But Frank knew. Trust me. Frank knew. Hey, Dream. Absolutely, Kenyatta. Absolutely.
So King got a domestic violence and or knowingly assaulting a pregnant individual.
Hmm.
And that was in 2019. The date of sentence was 2020. He got a domestic violence, 3rd offense. But see, and this is what I was saying about King, as far as King King is a criminal. King been in and out of the joint. And Waymon and any other man that's watching and listen, we all know it's a code. It's a code that we go by. When it comes to sexual predators, we don't want them nowhere around us. We ain't sharing no cell with them. If we in the dormitory with them, we ain't sleeping on the top bunk. We ain't sleeping on the bottom bunk. They probably ain't gonna last in the dormitory. How was Jarvis able to move around with King? That has to be King's get down. Because ain't no man that been to prison. Ain't no man that been to prison. Ain't no man that been in the county jail, city jail, central bookings. Ain't no man that breaks the law is going to entertain Jarvis Butts as no business partner. It ain't happening. King is just as guilty as Jarvis. And I keep saying it. King was having allegedly sexual relations with Naziah, or he was planning on. Now the question is, what role does he play? What role did he play in her disappearance? Ms.
I mean, you got to look at it, Shank. Let's go back to that. Times don't match. Times for him to be on a tether, which they call it a tether up there, but it's ankle monitor. Times don't match. And this is from his mouth before we ever heard the other preliminaries. Because forever when we heard King preliminary, everybody was like, well, wait a minute. How long? And Angie gave me Angie and a couple other ladies from Detroit gave me the mileage, the minutes it took from the shop. Like they gave me the whole map in my text, how many minutes, and I got to see the road and all of that, the highway and everything. And then that's when you go to the sister, the baby mama sister. And something just ain't right. It's a lot of protection going on. And like I said the other night, I said, I don't know if it's because she doesn't want her nephew to be fatherless or whatever, but it's some protection going on. It's a lot of protection. And that protecting Shannon protecting Jarvis. King's sister-in-law potentially and allegedly protecting him. Jarvis's sister, and it ain't saying she's lying, because I'm not here to call her a liar, but hey, when you hear them all together, if this happened the way they said it happened, everybody's shit should be on point. It's not even you might have like be off by a second, or you know what I'm saying, can't remember everything that transpired in that day. But you better be damn sure those stories are going to be somewhat consistent. Not a one has been from even Annette to Shannon. The last people that seen her. Annette said she dropped off at school, but Shannon said she seen the last. Well, wait a minute. Because once I drop you off at work, I seen you last. Then we get Lucretia. Her story ain't adding up. She said he bought the car back 8:30. She knew because she took the little boy to school, but the paperwork said he was at the hotel from 9:30 to 12:30. Lucretia. Now let's get to King. King's story was so clean that you knew it was a lie. See, King, you forget that, baby mama's sister got to come and talk too, baby. She got to come and talk too. And when she come and talk, she said it was daylight outside, but Jarvis' sister said it was dark. Somebody's telling a whole lie. Because if it was getting dark when they left, it was dark by the time they got there because that was 40-minute drive. You do the math. 40 minutes is dark. They sat down for a minute. She said 35 to 40 minutes. They got to get another 40 back. On top of getting the 40 back, Shane, they had to go through the gas station, go in the back, and count the money for the day.
That's what
I mean,
Kings.
y'all ain't just gotta count money. Y'all, if y'all running a business, it's other stuff to it. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
To clothing and you know what I'm saying? All of that. Then don't forget, you gotta get back in your car. And then the distance from King's house to the shop. It ain't adding up. Just not adding up. Something just ain't right in my Keep Sweat voice. Okay, Marty. Marty saying January was dark by 5:30. Don't forget the Sootin, and that's what okay, Marty. Let's stay there, y'all. Let's stay right there. Marty live in Detroit. Another Detroit person in the chat said it got dark by 5. We know Marty ain't lying. Cause down here in January in the Carolinas at 6, it's getting dark, Marty. By 6:20, it's dark. 7, it's pitch dark. We know this. So when Jarvis' sister said it, I believed her more. How was it daylight? How was it daylight? That's why I was like, well, damn, if it was daylight and King was waiting for his son to get out of school, then that mean that they got up there. So that mean Jarvis' sister was never there. If that's the case, from what she said. So I got to going back through my notes. It was dark. It gets dark at 6. Come on, Kenyatta. Come on, everybody know it. And what Jarvis' sister say? She left about 6:30. She said 6:30. So if she left at 6:30, it take y'all 40 minutes to get there and back. Come on, King. You didn't have time count money and get home unless you stayed across the street. Just ain't no way. That's how I know. You try to polish your story, sir. You try to make it sound good, sir. But that phone call is what did it. Prosecutors didn't have that phone call for no reason. Shank, they building a case.
And that's what they keep focusing in on. That number. Them phone calls. Them messages. Them messages. That phone number. Go ahead, Miss Paul.
That phone call was vital. Oh, you need anything? You straight? He asked him 3 times. Then he said, you all right down there? What's going on? You know what jail's like, fool. We got your record. So how you? It ain't no man. Look, come on. Look, I ain't perfect. I done been many a time, and I wish somebody would ask me how's it going down there.
That's the wrong question to ask somebody that's
Don't
locked
nobody
up.
want to be in jail. First of all, you know how it's going. Three cots and 3 hots that you might not even eat for the day. You might not even eat for about 3-4 days in there. That's why people come out be sick. Your skin tone change and some more. If you've been to jail, you know. He was being super friendly. And then for you to be a felon and say, oh yeah, because I'm going to go get that strap for you. You on parole, fool. And you was going to go get that phone. You was as tampering with physical evidence, and you knew that Jarvis was locked up. You didn't know what he wanted out of that phone, but you thought it was something in there about you, sir. You thought it was something in there about you, sir. That's why you was going to get that phone. That's why you was being so friendly. You need anything? You need anything? You straight? I'm gonna put some money on your books. It was 4 times actually. Cause the 4th time, I'm gonna put some money on your book. Jarvis even kept saying, nah, man, you know what I'm saying? I need a nigga straight, you know what I'm saying? Even explaining, you would have thought he was Jarvis's bitch. I'm sorry I missed your call. You know what I'm saying? I've been up here working hard, dog. Sorry I missed your call. You know, like, well, what you explaining for? He was he was too excited, but nervous excited. If you ever heard of nervous excited, it's a difference. What you want me to say? Anytime, anytime. You willing to go that far. Not only was you gonna and you did the number 2, not only was you moving a strap for Jarvis, you got Tasha to bring that truck up there and you looked for that phone. She bought that truck up there. Did she bring the truck? Yeah. Did you find the phone? No.
Appreciate that super sticker, Juanita. Appreciate that super sticker, Juanita. Appreciate that super sticker, Wendy. Appreciate
Shank only needs 4 more, y'all. 4 more super stickers or super chats. But Shank, come on. You was hot. You on parole, brother. See, that's when I know you don't care about kids because you got a son. I know when you was in her, this is your 2nd domestic violence. Ain't that 2 on that paper, Shane?
Yep.
You got 2 domestic violence. So you're violent. You got a son that you had the audacity to wait at the grandmother's house to see. Knowing what y'all doing to other people's children. You knew why Jarvis really got mad. Who get mad? Come on, Shane. Who get mad? The monster, y'all. The monster. His kids are his, and this is the sick part about it. Jarvis's kids was his prized possessions because they was his, and I do mean in a horrible way. They belong to him. And when I say they belong to him, he got mad because one of King's friends, here his daughter's in her 20s. They're not the 4-year-olds, the 7-year-olds, anything like that. That he's so like such a, he got mad because how dare his friend want something that belongs to him. Not as a daughter.
That's deep.
As a monster.
That's deep. That's deep. Appreciate that super sticker, Butterfly Beautiful. Appreciate that super sticker. Say he got mad, huh, Miss Parker?
He got real bad. King said it. Go back and listen to the preliminary. Did y'all have a fallout? Who knew that? That was what Jarvis was. Remember, everybody said, what was Jarvis scribbling on that paper? I even played a clip where the woman said, what was Jarvis scribbling on that paper? What did he want us to know about that? It made it. I think. See, he was trying to, in certain ways, y'all got to pay attention. Everything's metaphorical to me in this case at this point because it's too many codes. But he's like, yeah. Your friend tried to mess with my daughter. Okay, so when he tried to, like, I ain't the only one gonna go down. So what the friend got to do was your daughter not of age? Because King said she was 20-some years old. So how old was she? And what made his friend, if she was underage, what made his friend feel so comfortable? Because y'all was already doing it.
Say it again, Miss Parker.
See, birds of a feather definitely flock together.
They was already doing it.
Yeah. And one thing about it, Shane, they sniff each other out because, I mean, like I said, when I log off, I've been in here all day. I ain't even been able to call Miss Shine today. Charged it to my head, not my heart, Sean. But I've been here with paperwork all on the bed. While I'm supposed to be relaxing, I'm researching. I'm still going through it. I'm listening to these preliminaries. I'm going through doing other lives. I'm like, Jarvis, was you mad because his friend was your baby wasn't of age? You know, a monster calling another monster out, basically. Cause what was that? What was that significance in Nazaya? Unless he's another monster. Let's talk about it. What was that? Where was that significance for the defendant to act his lawyer to ask that? I was like, what's going on? What these questions? Then when they asked King about messing with somebody, was it Shannon? I forgot. I didn't hear Shannon's name. I heard a different name. I'm gonna have to go back and listen. And did him and Jarvis fall out about that? He was like, no. See, Jarvis got beef. Jarvis got beef. Jarvis ain't going down by himself when he know he wasn't the only predator.
Let me slide in, Miss Parker. Appreciate that super sticker, Porsche. Appreciate that super sticker, Porsche. Appreciate that cash donation, Dream Chaser. Appreciate that cash donation, Dream Chaser. If you would like to send a cash donation to the channel, the cash app is $ERICMCINT. Appreciate that cash donation, Dream Chaser. Appreciate the super sticker portion. Go ahead, Miss Parker. Salute, Tori. I see you, Tori. Salute.
Hey, Tari. Hey, Butterfly. See y'all, babies. Wayman said King got on that stand and disconnected himself from Jarvis from it. Let's go, Wayman. Right there tells he was trying to disconnect. And King and Jarvis knew. Jarvis knew. That's why Jarvis got the asking those irrelevant questions. Thank you for the cash app, Davina. Come on, Shane. Jarvis, man, come on. Jarvis knew. King didn't say, because come on, y'all got to think. He can't snitch y'all. He's in jail. They'll unalive him in there. That's all it would have took for Jarvis going there and say, yeah, that nigga Wilbert's going to point me out. But instead, Jarvis was asking some questions that was about to lead up to some stuff. I read right between Jarvis's lines. He's not going down by himself on this one. And Kim Worthy said more will be arrested. There is still a code inside no matter. Come on. He is, Wayman. He's going to tell it. Based off of, if y'all go back and listen, when he talked to Lucretia on that jail call, he said, man, I don't know what's going on. Shannon got a lot going on out there. He said, man, it's a whole lot of line going on. And I can't wrap my head around it. Jarvis said it was a whole lot of line. He said, and I'm going to figure this shit out. Okay, Shay, I got you. Shank, I got a salute to the Rock Squad. Salute to the Riders, my home girl. Yeah, I got something special cooking. I'm trying to see and make sure y'all. I gotta go make this phone call. Girl, subscriber from Detroit just told me to call her, one from TikTok. She's doing a thing over there, Shank. I didn't get a chance to share with you because I've been waiting on her, but she just told me to call her just now. So I'm gonna drop down. Y'all, Shank only needs 3 more. Y'all, 3 more. Let's get them likes up and treat him like y'all treat me, riders, anyway. You know what I'm saying? For my girls, my sisters, and my brothers. You know, so salute, Brother Nazir. But I'm gonna just say this before I go, Shane. I feel bad for these kids because we at some point we gotta focus on everybody, all the kids. Because if she was 7, y'all got to take a couple of years off each child. Naziah, Janiyah, Zaniyah. And the 9-year-old had the most, at the time, the 7-year-old had the most sense to say, no, take me home. This is in a shop full of men. Let's not forget, Shank, the interviewer that talked to Vari, that an interview was playing. She said she did her research. Most of the men in there was pedophiles.
Yeah.
So y'all not gonna tell me what was happening in Frank's wasn't trafficking. Oh, we're just up here doing kids. We're just up here touching on the kids. They was paying them babies. And I think somewhere along the line, shit was getting hot. The shit was getting hot. That's why Frank again allowed King and Jarvis to go over there and claim they leasing the spot. Was they his biggest money makers? Was Jarvis his biggest supplier of kids because Shannon had so many?
Mm.
Let's not forget, Nazai even started wanting to invite friends
Mm.
and doing threesomes. They had the baby ready to turn it up a notch. Because they was saying, bring more friends. You ain't got no friends. Huh? Let's talk about it. Let's really put y'all notes if y'all been taking them, because I do. And ain't no way we got to take King off the table. Where's Frank?
Mm.
Where was Frank on 3 separate occasions when that 7-year-old watched all of this nasty stuff displaying? From anal to some more stuff. This is what the 9-year-old said on the stand when she was 7. She was 7 at that time. Where was Frank? Where was the other workers? Where was everybody? Oh, nobody's there? Again, come on. Y'all mean to tell me it was just Jarvis and King? And don't forget, Shane DeWitt say when did King look at that paperwork? How far did the charges go?
Appreciate that super sticker. Appreciate that super chat, Portia. Give me 1 sec. Appreciate that super chat,
Thank you,
Portia.
sister, my rider.
They go back to 2005. Let's see.
The last charge.
2019.
How long did he do?
Maximum sentence was 3 years.
Okay, so let's go, y'all. Let's go. Don't forget, King worked with Jarvis before he went to jail in the first shop. And he got out. This is per his testimony. So you tell me, Shane, who was there then when Jarvis had them girls, all 3 of them? Where's Frank? Where's the other workers? Who was all there? And they was paying these babies as if they was paying them for their services because they wasn't cleaning. What was the 7-year-old up there doing? Picking up lug nuts? Again, I ask. Moving engines and motors? Ain't that much cleaning in the world. For 3. Why y'all let 3 babies go? But hey, I digress, Shane. I digress because I ain't nothing slow about me. Ain't nothing slow about me to not figure out what's been going on with these kids, and Annette and Shannon fed them to them because they was getting paid too. Because The second shop, Shane, believe it or not, is right across the street. That's what my girl's calling me about. It's right across. I did not know the trafficking in was right across the street. They called that hotel the Parkcrest Hotel that Jarvis had frequent flyer miles, and you can look at the hotel with my homegirl Shay. Salute to you, baby, if you're listening. When she went to that hotel today, and when she went to that hotel the other day, I called her instantly. I hit her on TikTok. I said, hey, my name is Latasha Parker. I got a whoop de woo woo woo. She called me instantly. I said, I need you to go back. She said, I'll go back. I'll go back for you. And I'll send you the video first. I said, thank you. I appreciate that. I said, is that the trafficking in right across the street? This is what they call it, Shane, the trafficking in. From Marquita's boyfriend to Mark D and everybody, when they went and talked to the people, they said, oh, that's the trafficking in. Where Jarvis lived. The trafficking in. Huh. Don't forget, that's where he met the Double Dutch monsters. Huh. He met the Double Dutch monsters at the trafficking in. Say, ain't that so coincidental? And they turned it into a big old SCX ring, but it was with children. Because who touched your baby Marquita down in that basement? Because you went with the monster first. Huh. Things that make you go, Your boyfriend said your son, and not one time have y'all debunked anything, and y'all in the same room with this, in the same house. And I would have been, I'm talking about, when I talk about, man, ain't nobody gonna accuse me of and my baby of being touched or nothing. Ain't nobody putting those kind of allegations out on me and my baby, Shane. To a podcast? Was it Jarvis, Marquita? I think it. Let's talk about it, Marquita. You let Jarvis, you was going with Jarvis first. While Shannon was up there eating donuts and shit, slobbering, looking at Jarvis. Because Marquita went with him first. The Double Dutch monster came second. Now, why ain't nobody, I'm debunking lies. I don't care what the allegations are. If it's a lie, y'all not gonna tell it on me. But I gotta go back to what Marquita boyfriend said. See, this is not from me. This is from them. This is their story. Who touched the little boy in the basement then? What incident did he have over there in the nets, in that hellhole of a basement? That was like to the portal of hell, Shank. When you think about all them, everything that happened in that house, gives you the creep, don't it? And we ain't talking about, I remember downstairs in the basement, you went and you stashed that money, you was selling weed out of Granny basement. We ain't talking about nothing like that. Everything is pedophilia with these kids. It's not a good memory in that basement with these kids. The stories that come out of each of their mouth is something pedophilia. Yeah, he had him a couple incidents too in the basement over there. Jarvis incidents. What?
Sick.
7-year-old. What was her experience? Pedophilia, anally. Watching something anally being offered to suck him up. What we talking about? These kids' stories are something out of, man, something that we've never heard of. These are the biggest ungodly story that I've ever heard in the history of America. This came out. He did my other cousin. Who's the other cousin? We know the other cousin is his own daughter, Janiyah by Shannon. What we talking about, Shane? That you come on, it's got to be some sex trafficking going on because you will let him to touch your daughter. Every time I think about it, I get angry. Tell me a good memory that y'all have heard of the kids. I'll wait. Anybody in the chat can say one good memory of these kids. I'll wait. That wasn't pedophilia. What about the babies that was over there ready to eat some cake and ice cream? What normal kids do? What happened to them? Pedophilia. I'll wait. This is coming from the family, not us. I'll wait, Shay. I'll wait. Anybody got any good stories that we've heard from anybody in that family? Any good stories? I'll wait. Imagine y'all 7-year-old at the time. We can't even imagine it because we were never at an auto shop. Ain't the boys, King even got up front line. Yeah, the boys come up here. The boys. Which one? Which one? Which one? Because we need them to talk too. Because you didn't go get your son by Shannon. What about the 4-year-old little girl that's suffering? That's not his daughter, but it was his girl. He married that woman. That was his, I think let me look at my paperwork, but I'm just saying, that was somebody he messed with, his daughter. Give me a good story, somebody, of a kid with Jarvis right now. Give me one. Oh, we'll be here for years. We'll be here for years, Shane. I'll wait, though. Give me a good story from the auto shop. And for him to sit in that interrogation room, that don't tear your stomach up, where he said, "Yeah, in order to get paid, they had to work." Ugh. Disturbing, disgusting. The shop was getting too hot, Frank, right? The first shop, Jarvis was getting out of control. He just couldn't keep his pedophilia under control because King even said it on the panel. King said she was gonna be a distraction. That's why Jarvis was over there scribbling like a kindergartner with a broken crayon. That's why the questions was coming out so ignorant. So I need Frank to be on that stand. I need more people from my auto. I hope they got everybody that was accounted for at that shop at that time. Somebody. And Jarvis's pedophilia just got a little, his taste for kids was getting, you know what I'm saying, too much, Shane. You gotta think people come to get their cars want to know why them kids is in there. Frank, what you doing with them kids up in there? What them little girls doing up in here? So he had to send them two monsters, you know, on over yonder. But I do got some questions tonight, Shank. I got a lot of questions, cause something got me, and I do want to share it with you too, but I'm gonna save it and let you finish your commentary. Salute to you, Shane, and thank you for bringing this back.
I can't even continue, Miss Parker, so you might as well go ahead and, cause I'm gonna start cussing. I'm on one. And I ain't gonna do it to the riders. I do it to the Rock Squad because the Rock Squad then heard me on one, cussing and all that. But I ain't gonna do it to your riders. And I just you
My
finish.
riders, cuz Shake. My riders,
They ain't never heard it from me. You finish, Miss Parker.
yeah. With Vari, I got some stuff in the chamber for that too. I really was doing my research today, y'all. I really dug deep today. I was everywhere today, y'all. When I say I went on a gamble and a hearse ride today, I was like, oh, I found you. And the things I found, I said, this is interesting. on top of already what I had anyway. But with Vari, going back to what you said about Vari, I'm gonna share this here. I'm gonna share one of these receipts here. I'm connected with one of the gambles, and I got a receipt where she said Vari in his cloud chasing ass. Is what the cousin. She's an older cousin, and this is just what she said. And this is coming from family. This ain't coming from Portia in the chat, Juanita, Marty. This is actual, Facebook. I got where they said Barry's cloud chasing.
That's what I was saying in the beginning when I started the demonstration off about him. Let me shut up. Because I'm about to start. Because see, here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing.
Be yourself. Pop your shit, Shane.
Here's the thing. I've been around. And I know, and I'm sure every male, regardless of the age, every male that's watching this right now, every male, I'm sure will agree. Ninja, my little sister, man, Ninja gonna tear some ish up about his little sister. My big sister, but my little sister, Ninja. That's what I'm saying. When I'm listening to the brother, when I'm listening to Vari, and he's a young ninja. We talking about a young ninja. I'm sure every ninja when I was buck wild when I was young. If I couldn't have handled Jarvis, Tommy, Pee Wee, and the rest of my ninjas, get over here. So I ain't buying Vari. Finish, Miss Parker.
Yeah. We gotta go back and listen, you gotta go back and maybe tomorrow, Shank. I think you should do it tomorrow. I think one more ride and I'll give you some stuff to kind of back up the cousin's story. And when I say that, I want y'all to hear a lot of inconsistencies too. And the secrets that we are keeping.
What time is your live? You got one set up for the night, Miss Parker?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be up for a little bit. I'm probably gonna make my phone call real quick, and I gotta get dressed because I'm supposed to be going live in like 20 minutes, but I'm gonna have to kind of push it back just a few because I gotta make this phone call. The girl from Detroit's calling me. She said, call me right now. So I'm ready to call her, and because like I said, I got some stuff in the chamber. I'm ready to let riders. We cutting up over there. Shank, I want Shank to start cutting up. Cut up, Shank. Be a man. Because we don't have to be lenient with pedophilia. That's a difference.
No. And I see you trying to roast me, Juanita, talking about Shank sleepy. No,
he is.
I didn't did it covering the Shanquella Robinson case. And no, appreciate that.
Look, Miss Wish and Lalizi, in the words of China Baby, my China boo, we here now.
See, let me appreciate that super chat.
Portia. Thank you, Portia, my baby.
Portia says Shank and Miss Parker is always in on point conversation. Much love. Love you both. Love you back. See, can you drop the link to your channel, young lady? Somebody drop Miss Parker's link. See, I can't, y'all. I can't because, good night, Precious.
I gotta go get dressed, Shank. Are you going? You won't go ahead? I think you should go ahead and let it out, or either go on and give you some time to get some stuff from me and come back, and we'll just be on clean. we'll be clean tomorrow. We won't cuss. It won't be none of that. But you can definitely got some inconsistencies. Cause I wanna say you said this and you said that, but yet you turned around and said this.
Cause see where I'm at now, and I get like this. Where I'm at now, and I've always been like this. I'll start off cool. I'll start off calm and respectful and diplomatic and all of that good ish above. But once I get fed up, and that's where I'm at with this case right now. I'm fed up because this was a MF baby. Nazaria Harris was a baby. And I mean, you can't, I just, look, everybody, Miss Parker, make sure everybody pull up on Miss Parker at 12 o'clock. I'm going to be over there in the chat, throwing up my hot dogs and laughing and tripping with y'all, but I can't do it to myself, Miss Parker.
No, you fine. I gotta go, Shank, and it's okay. Salute to my riders. I'll see y'all in a few. I gotta go do some stuff, but I will see my rider. Y'all know I'm supposed to be on break, y'all, but I gotta break some shit down when it comes to these monsters, okay?
All right, we'll see you over there at 12. Big shout out to Miss Parker for always holding things down. I'ma just stay cool, calm, and laughing and joking because see, I got daughters. And I got granddaughters. I got sisters. And I couldn't tell y'all if something like that happened to my daughters, my granddaughters, my sister. And many of y'all know that I lost a 3-year-old daughter in 1997. I lost a 3-year-old daughter to cancer. She had neuroblastoma. She had 2 tumors on her brain. So these cases, they really, really touches me because what I would do to have my daughter back. So I have to balance. And that's why y'all see me laughing and joking and smiling and stuff like that, because to hide the hurt, to hide the pain, it's like a void. It's because I was young when I lost my daughter, and she was only 3 years old. And to see these little girls, to see them, the things that they're going through, you know what I mean? It's like I already want to put hands on. Y'all get where I'm coming from? I already want to put hands on, and for me as a man, you just don't do that type of ish. Jarvis, King, you know what I mean? So if y'all see me get emotional up here, if y'all see things getting to me with these kids, like my daughter's birthday is February the 3rd. And so I just have to keep it in the back of my mind. Like I have to keep it in the back of my mind because, and then when certain songs, like she passed away August of 97. She passed away right after Biggie passed away. And y'all remember the song, "We'll Always Love Big Papa." So when we're coming back from the grave site, my daughter Keita, my oldest daughter Keita, and I think it was my other daughter Erica, but I know it was Keita. I know Keita. That song came on, and my daughter Keita, I think Keita was probably like 8, but she was singing "We'll Always Love Latifah," and so when I hear that song, I can't listen to that song. I can't listen to Avant's song, "My First Love," because that's when that song was out. So certain songs I just can't listen to. Certain songs I just can't listen to. But I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all of y'all condolences. And I'm going to see everybody over there at 12 o'clock with Miss Parker. But I'm going to go to the judge in this case because I wanted to backtrack this judge because I wanted to make sure that I heard exactly what I heard from this judge when she called Jarvis a monster. But once again, y'all, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all of Miss Parker and her riders and my rock squad. Y'all know I definitely appreciate y'all. And like I said, I appreciate everybody. And I'll see y'all over there at 12 with Miss Parker. But I'm going to run some of the judges' comments, y'all. Because I want to see if I heard, I want to hear if I heard her correctly.
And the one thing I had highlighted in case is the quote, in this case, there was no physical evidence such as bloodstains or a weapon leaking defendant to Joyce's death. In this case, we don't have the same facts or circumstances. I do agree, this is a circumstantial case and circumstantial evidence is sufficient for a bind over and even conviction. Today is January 9th, 2025, exactly 1 year, from the day Naziah Harris disappeared. Before I get into the charges and the main charge of premeditated first-degree murder, I have to speak on Naziah Harris and the community who failed her. And I am only presented with certain evidence. I don't know the whole story. The attorneys know more than me, the family knows more than me. But from what I have heard over the last 4 days and 5 days total, is that several people failed her.
Why did I?
And I did hear that correctly, y'all. I did hear her correctly. Several people failed her. Several people failed Naziah Harris. I gotta go, y'all. I gotta go. I appreciate all of y'all for pulling up. I'll let the chat continue to run, and I'll see everybody over there with Miss Parker. Salute everybody.